Hello, everybody. It's time to read some YouTube comments on this wonderful Wednesday. Leave a comment, you might get in there. Like, comment, subscribe. And let's get started with the video last week about the Time Stranger Complete Editions. Lumby Phenom says, can't believe it sold out. I thought Digimon wasn't popular. I don't think anyone really said that. It's just not as popular as, like, Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Super Mario. Someone said something about the Switch too. Like, hello. Like, if there is an investment to be made and or people just want to have a good time, stuff will move. That's typically how markets work. And I can believe it's sold out. I really, really do. As for an interesting comment, Benjamin Wiseman thinks, I don't think this is going to be scalped just because of how expensive it is. In order to scalp something, you need to be able to resell it. You absolutely will be able to. I would bet $1,000 right now that this will be scalped. You will see people when this game comes out selling it for more than $199.99 USD. You will see it. You will see it. If you want to take my bet seriously, Benjamin Wiseman, do let me know. I would love a free $1,000. It would make me very happy. But yeah, there's no way. There is no way it does not get scalped. Carayo, this is a very interesting comment. I'm going to say it. This guy may be in Canada, but sure expresses a big issue with Latinos playing the game. That's 2 times I've watched him hate Latam. To which Adam here comes from my heroism and says, you evidently don't understand English or inflection. Mario simply saying, you guys playing Digi is a constant uphill battle and he feels bad for the Latam players. Look, you do whatever you want. Play the game if you want to play the game. That's fine. My issue is not with the Latam people. What? I just feel bad that Bandai is fucking you guys so painfully and horribly. Like, that, it's just... If I lived in Latam and I wanted to play Digimon, I would not play Digimon because of how badly the game is managed there. It's a crime. That's what I'm saying. My God. Oh boy. That was a good one, though. I don't know if that was a troll or not, so I am taking that as a troll comment because there's no... yeah, it just sucks. It really does suck that Bandai just doesn't care about Latam. I care. Bandai doesn't care. That's very important. Or at least if they do care, you can't tell. Quartzman, with a very serious and grave inquiry of the soul. What coffee is it that keeps you coming back to Dunkin' Donuts? I get you are in Canada, but what is it that you like so much about it? I've tried several times, but it doesn't seem like anything special. This is just bias. You see, I feel bad for you American people watching this, because in America, you guys are spoiled by choice. You have so many choices for so many different things. You have like 10 million places to get coffee. I don't even think that's an over-exaggeration. In Canada, you have Tim Hortons, you have McDonald's, you have Starbucks. Starbucks? Starbucks. Oh, shit. Starbucks. And then the rest are just small mom-pop coffee shops and, you know, whatever else. And maybe the odd fast food chain like Burger King has coffee, but who's drinking Burger King coffee? Like, sludge. Anyway, 3 serious places to get coffee in Canada, whereas you guys in the States have a lot more. And depending on what states you're in, you might have even more than other states. So you have a lot of, you know, right now your palate is biased based on where you live. You can't come at it objectively because by now you've been ingrained in American culture and taste, and you just can't make correct decisions. You just make subjective decisions. Like, oh, this coffee gives me comfort. This one does it for me. Whatever, I like it. This is my go-to. Or with any other food. Like, straight up. So, what is it about Dunkin' Donuts that makes it superior? It's not so much the regular coffee, per se. The regular coffee is good. Nothing on a pedestal, but good. But what is truly beyond God is their specialty drinks. When I was in Dunkin' Donuts in the States several times for GoFest, I had 2 kinds of... No, I had 3. I had some pistachio specialty coffee. I had the shaken espresso brown sugar one, and I had some cocoa something whatever. I don't even remember what it's called. Those coffees were just some of the best coffees I've ever experienced in my life. And I say that comparing it to Tim Hortons, comparing it to McDonald's, and comparing it to Starbucks, or even comparing it to Starducks if you've ever had that coffee before. So it's just divine. It's like an orgasm in your mouth. And I had one 3 times. It was something else. And it was delicious. For comparison, the Friday morning, I actually went to Wawa's. If you don't know what Wawa is, you are missing out. They make an absolute banger breakfast sandwich. Oh my God. It was really good. But I ordered one of their specialty coffees there, and it wasn't even on the same discussion as Dunkin' Donuts. Something about the taste, the quantity, the making you feel alive, your heartbeat and hyperdrive kind of impact from Dunkin' Donuts that coffee gives you is just legendary. Everything about those specialty coffees is good. Every single thing, every little detail, the presentation, it's all there. That's what keeps me coming back. So I feel bad if you don't see Dunkin' Donuts as superior because you've been America washed by everything else around you. You can't really appreciate something like if unless you just you know what you're missing, if that makes sense. So really important question. I'm glad I was able to answer that. And maybe you just go on a bit of a coffee bin, like a coffee dry spell for a bit. Just make some coffee at home or whatever, and then one day you go back to Dunkin' Donuts, and then you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Moving along, Adam TCG. People don't seem to be buying cards as much anymore. Facebook groups are mostly dead, and cards that should be selling aren't. Is game dying, or do people just have no money right now? The game is not dying, so it is the latter. And I know what you mean. I've seen decreased activity on the marketplace. I remember 3-4 years ago when the game was just getting started, the Facebook marketplace groups and Facebook groups in general were just busting at the seams, exploding, if you will. But now they don't. Could it be because of the world situation? Yeah, it could be. Could it be because life generally is just more expensive to live in? Yeah, it could be. Could you be living in Canada, per se? Yeah, you could be. You know? Or Latam. Yeah, you could be. I think it's just a mixture of a few things, right? Like, I am rational enough to know what to spend money on for my own sanity and what not to. And for some people, maybe 3 years ago, Digimon was that decision, but now it's something else, right? The game's not dying. If anything, the game is popping off again, which is really good. But it's just not the same as what it was once. It's not. What's interesting, and I think this goes to Bandai's detriment, is that a lot of decks that you could buy sets ago are still good. Like, you can still build Magna X, Imperial from BT16, you know. These are decks that you can still play. Why buy other cards if you can just put up a Magna X and say, fuck you, buddy, for 5 sets in a row? Doesn't, like, why would you buy anything else? So there is that. You know, they do have ban lists, they do entice you to buy new cards, and a lot of people do. A lot of people are still buying cards as often as they were 3-4 years ago when the game came out. But there's a lot of selection nowadays. It's not just Digimon anymore. Now it's One Piece, Gundam, DBS, Fusion World, frickin' whatever, Union Arena, and then soon we have a League of Legends card game and a Star Wars card game. And it's a lot more products on the market. That's impacting to this. Plus, what's going on with the world? Card games are getting more expensive in general. People's wallets getting tighter than usual. Not in a good way. It matters. Lock Bun. That Darkness Bagra may spike during EX10, LOL. If you think that, you should buy them all out right now. I'm being real. If you think Darkness Bagramon lottery card is going to go up, just buy some. Put your money where your mouth is. Do it. Summon Skull. Mario likes Gundam Seed Destiny? Exclamation mark, question mark. I do. I do. A lot of people gave me their anime preferences in that one comment video from last week. And I really enjoyed that. It's nice seeing people. A lot of people were popping off with Air Gear. That's really nice. Air Gear is a good one. Goth Reaper says, damn, and you thought Mastamon was expensive when I bought it back in EX6, a set you won't find anymore nowadays. Absolutely, that's part of the reason why it's getting more expensive, because no one's cracking open the set anymore. So the supply is just not able to keep up with demand, and it's exploding. That's all it is. It's just economics. Post-apocalyptic game. I hope if they release an adventure trait Omnimon that has DNA, either black, purple, or red, blue, or Greymon in name with Buskuru and name as alternative in the text box. I am for sure sold on the fact that we're getting Adventure Omnimon at some point. I don't know when, but it would be a criminal disservice to not make an adventure, Digimon Adventure 01 base set, and not give us movie stuff with Omnimon and Diaboromon. There's just no way. No. It's going to happen. I truthfully believe that. It would be a big, big missed opportunity if they didn't. Magic sunglasses. Now we're moving on to the comments about the TCGPlayer eBay situation. You could not pick enough comments to cover the range that everyone cares about this issue or doesn't care about this issue, because it went all the way across the spectrum. So I just picked a few good ones. Magic Sunglasses says that this is another one of those situations where people make posts about how perfect life should be, and until things are perfect as per their beliefs, they will boycott a company. Realistically, no one cares about stuff like this. People will still buy things from these companies, especially with companies like eBay, TCGPlayer, when you are actually buying from other individuals, not the company themselves. Life goes on, and get over it. And with that dash of cold water, this guy is correct. And I said that in the video. Like, boycott if you want, peacefully protest if you want, but don't expect anything to change because of it. Because TCGPlayer and eBay are too big to fail. Nothing's going to happen. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So don't expect anything to change. But do what you want to do. Master Link TM says, as an upstate New Yorker, I can 100% confirm this. I have no idea why any business capable of moving out of NY wouldn't move out as soon as possible. NYS... New York State is a cesspool for business. And a few comments in the video were basically supporting that theme. Like, I wouldn't open a business in New York. Why would I pay ridiculous amounts in rent, retail space, prices? Why? Pourquoi? Why would I do that? You know? There's no reason. It doesn't exist. I thought about getting a P.O. box in Watertown, New York, but the only reason why I thought about doing that was just to have an American address for certain things, and just because Watertown, New York is the closest postal office box to where I live. That's nothing to do with New York, that happens to be a geography thing. But yeah, no, I would not touch New York for business with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch it with your 10-foot pole. I wouldn't. Salbaka. Like for me, I joined this channel back when you were posting Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I catch a Digimon video once in a great while when I have a chance, and with this story I find myself at a crossroads, as sometimes I need more niche cards, either for my decks or collection, and so I've checked a few alternative options, for example, Core TCG, out here where I live, and they don't have the cards I'm looking for, so I must use TCGPlayer as much as I don't want to. I don't know, but I did notice something was off when I rushed my orders with TCGPlayer Direct, was taking longer to arrive, and now 3 different occasions. We'll see what I ultimately decide, but no matter how you slice it, this whole issue sucks. Whew. Yes, it does suck. No one is really disputing that. It does suck. And things might even get slower on TCGPlayer, sort of, kind of, Direct, as it results. But as the guy I mentioned previously, you know, it is the sellers doing it. Well, what can you do? A few more quick comments to run this out. Banzercuss says, I had 4 Lord Nightmon X in cart, played locals, went to check out, and they were bought. Woe is me. That's why you don't leave things in your cart. You buy something, you go for it. You don't second guess, you don't do anything, you just buy. Do not pass go, because you never know who's going to take your $200. It's true, actually. Scoop says, same thing Mario has been saying. I've been saying this for a month now. Get your Kentora Spawn stuff before they skyrocket. This is a really interesting comment because they revealed, today, when I'm recording this video Monday night, they revealed Kentora Spawn line stuff VT22. I wouldn't be surprised if more Kentora Spawn support is revealed by the time this comment video goes up. Or it doesn't. It would be really interesting. Would be interesting to see. Finally, Captain Noms says, damn, got 8 gravities for like 60 cents. And now you sell them, make some profit, and get that Dunkin' Donuts coffee. And with that, let's end the video there. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!